Hello and welcome back to Technovic. In this video, we will explore how to use indexes to optimize query performance. Indexes are database objects that allow for faster data retrieval by providing quick access to the data. Without indexes, SQL Server would have to scan the entire table every time a query is executed, which can be very time consuming, especially for large tables. So let's start by creating an index. We can start creating an index by using the create index statement. For example, let's say we have a table called gym customer. It has columns, customer key, first name, middle name, last name, birth date, gender, email, etc. And if we frequently search for customers by their last name, we can create an index on that column to improve the query performance. Now we have run a query here with the last name Smith, and it's returned us the rows that have customers with the last name of Smith. We have run this query without an index, and therefore SQL Server would have to scan the entire gym customer table to find the matching records, which can be slow and inefficient, especially for large tables. Now, if we can enable the execution plan there, we should be able to see what's going on behind the scenes. So this is the SQL execution plan the SQL Server has generated for this query, and you can see that it's done a clustered index scan. Basically, that means it's done a table scan on this, which is what we've been saying earlier. It's also suggesting that, okay, if you add this index, the query would be much better performant. Now, execution plans don't always suggest an index, and it's up to us to analyze the execution plans in a way to optimize our queries. In order to create an index on the last name, we can use the create index statement. So I've written a query here which basically creates an index on that gym customer table against the last name. Now if I execute that, it's kind of saying command has completed successfully, and we can go on to the table on the left side to basically check if the index has been created. And you can see under the indexes here that the new index has been created with the column last name. Now if we run that same query with the execution plan on now, we could see that the query plan has changed to an index C and a key lookup, which basically suggests it's not doing any table scan anymore. And if this was a large table, this query would be a lot better performant compared to when we've run the query before without an index. In addition to creating indexes, we can also use the database engine tuning advisor, which is basically here, to analyze our queries and recommend indexes that can improve query performance. We can cover this topic in a future video. It's important to note that while indexes can improve query performance, they can also have a negative impact on data modification operations such as insert, update, and delete statements. Every time data is modified, SQL Server has to update the indexes as well, which can be time consuming for large tables. Therefore, it's important to balance the benefits of indexes with the overhead of maintaining them. In conclusion, using indexes is a powerful way to optimize query performance in SQL Server. By creating indexes on frequently searched columns and using the database engine tuning advisor, we can improve the performance of our SQL queries and enhance the overall user experience. Thank you for watching this video on using indexes to optimize query performance. And don't forget to subscribe to Technovic for more programming and SQL Server tips and tricks. Thank you.